A new piece of art, a metalwork sculpture crafted by local artist Steve Leat, was dedicated in the churchyard of St John's in Enmore Green on Mothering Sunday, in a service overseen by the Reverend Mary Ridgewell, who explains the decorative metalwork depicted a resilient rose.
This rose is a blushing Lucy, a climber, and has already weathered extraordinary upsets in its life because the yew tree that it was supported by fell over and is now gone. But what struck me about it are the depths of its roots and the strength of those roots.
Absolutely.
And yet, it needs the support of this structure around it for it to flourish. My role is to bless the rose tower that's been so beautifully put up around this incredibly strong rose root. But to look at the root, you realise just how huge and well established it is, and yet it needs support. But it seemed to me a bit of a parable of how we all are. We have deep roots, all of us, and we all need the support of each other. So my role is to bless the rose arch, spread water around, holy water, blessed water around, so that everybody knows that this rose and this arch are here as a sign to everybody. And I think that will do the trick.
And has water come from one of the springs?
Yes, it has. I went out this afternoon and collected some water from the biggest of our springs at the end of Castle Hill. I'm very fond of this. I live just round the corner from it. And the listeners may know that we're hoping that we'll be able to commemorate the waters of Shaftesbury in some special way with a little bit of help from various other people. It's a project that is taking shape as we speak.
Now, today's event is all about remembering mothers who aren't here anymore as well.
Indeed. The commemoration plaque is for mothers we have loved and lost, which I think is a beautiful way of honouring all our mothers. So and this is a plaque on the tower itself, so that anybody coming around the corner will be able to say, bless my mother.
It was a powerful moment for Julian Richards, who helped arrange the artwork.
I feel quite emotional because I still miss my mum. 25 years ago she died, but I still miss her.
We thank you on this day for all our mothers, fragile human beings of infinite worth to you. We thank you for their watchfulness, their listening and understanding, their awareness of your world, their giftedness to us and their communities. We thank you for the many ways they opened our lives and encouraged us to care.
But it's not the nicest of days, really, is it? And a lot of the people who've come along are elderly, even older than me. But yes, it's lovely to see so many people here, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy the cream tea. And I'm very, very pleased with the outcome of all of this. And it's just going to be lovely waiting for the spring to see that rose burst into flower again, because it's a thing of beauty, a thing of joy.
Everybody attending was local, apart from one special guest with a strong connection with Enmore Green. Judy Tarrant travelled down from Oxfordshire. She knew about this dedication because of a chance encounter with the Reverend Mary Ridgewell and Julian Richards on a Scottish island.
My parents were buried here, and they lived here for about 15 years in a place called Tuck's House, which is just over the common. And I was telling people that when Mum's coffin was brought back, it was pulled by a cart horse, and it was pulled over the common, and we sat here in silence listening to clip, clop, clip, clop. It's very, very steep, this bit of hill going down to Enmore Green.
So how did you hear about today then?
I met Julian and Mary in Iona, just by chance at a course there that Julian was talking about. His archaeologist, and he was looking at the communities and kind of sacred spaces, and saying that actually that Stonehenge, around the henge part, underneath was a churchyard of women, a community of women that used to live there before even the Stonehenge.
I could not really believe that. There's something about, serendipity, or I don't know what it is, but to meet her on Iona and find that her mother was buried in this churchyard, and obviously we've been in touch ever since. So I'm so glad that she could come down and be part of this.
Friendship formed.
Yes, and one I'm sure that will endure as well.